Good evening, everyone. Today's session is on logical operators in C language. In earlier sessions, we have uh, used arithmetic operators. We have understand the relational operators or comparison operators. But today, I am going to dedicate this session for logical operators because most of the students are facing problem how we are computing the values. Basically, what is the output we get from logical operators, or what are the operators, how to use those operators. And then later on we will be discussing on ternary operator also, like how to use these logical operators and relational operators, and then that its usage in the ternary operator. So let's begin with the session. So the first part is, whenever we talk about the operators, the most basic thing in an any programming language is the understanding of operators, right? So we have a very wide range of operators in C programming, especially like we need to understand like which operators are unary operators, which operators are binary operators, and how to have, like how to use these operators in our programs, right? So there are these operators are classified into arithmetic operators, or plus minus division, all they are categorized into arithmetic operators. Then we have increment and decrement operator, that is basically a unary operator. It takes this operator basically uses one operand only, right? Then we have assignment operators, the equal to sign, how it basically evaluates, how it use, how it assign the value to the variables, right? Then we have relational or comparison operators, greater than, less than, equal to, all these are relational operators. And then we have logical operators, that is and, or, and not. So three operators would be coming under this category, that is and, or, and not. So today we will be focusing on logical operators, how to use those operators. And then we have conditional operators. So basically conditional operator is nothing, it is a ternary operator. Basically it's a shortcut version of if then else statement, right? Then we have bitwise operator, and then we have some special operators we might be using later on in other, like using linked list or using arrays. We will be like how to use these special operators. Now the first operator that we have already we have done this session on arithmetic operators, right? So I will give a just a brief idea because I might be using these operators in my program in this session. So arithmetic operators, all of us knows, like plus, minus, multiplication, division, and modulus, right? Then we have assignment operator. This is very very important, like whenever we use this operator we should understand like how it works actually. So basically the value b is assigned to the variable that is a. So it is not equality operator. Here we call it as assignment operator. When we talk about equality operator, it is double equal to sign, right? And when we are talking about a single equal to, that means it is assignment operator. So we should understand this thing, like whenever we are using equal to sign, that would be treated as an assignment operator, and when we have double equal to sign, that would be treated as a equality operator, right? Then this assignment operator can be used with any of the other arithmetic operators or relational operators as well, like plus, equal to. That means like if you expand this statement minus, equal to, so it would be written like this: a minus equal to b. So what it happens, the value, the variable on this side, it means the variable on this side, what is the operator, that is minus a minus b. So it treats like when you expand this particular statement, it is going to work like this: a is equal to a minus b. And this is for other operators as well, the same thing, like a into equal to b. If you expand this statement, that would be a is equal to a into b, and then is a divided equal to B. So that means A divided by B. A modulus B. So then you might be writing A modulus. So within a single statement, you are basically performing two tasks. You are assigning the value also, and you are computing the value as well. Then we have relational operators. So relational operators basically talks about greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equal to. Right. So let's take an example like what it returns. It basically returns 0 or 1, true or false condition. Like if 5 is equal to 3, so it is not true, it is false. So false stand for 0 and true stands for 1. So here the output is 0, false. 5 is greater than 3. Yes, the output will be true. True means true is denoted for 1. Right. So whenever you want to denote it, like true values are denoted as 1. It will return 1, and false values are denoted as 0. So it is going to return 0. So in the next statement, 5 is less than 3. So it would be a false condition. So it is going to give you the 0. Then we have 5 is not equal to 3. Yes, 5 is not equal to 3. So that means it is going to give you the true value. And then we have greater than equal to and less than equal to. So basically 5 is greater than equal to 3. That is, yes, the condition is true in this case. And the condition would be false in this case when we are talking about 5 is less than equal to 3. So it is going to give you a 0 value. Value means the condition false. It is going to return false. Then we have the most important part, logical operators, right? So logical operators, all the logical operators supported by C language, there are three logical operators: and, or, and not. Assume variable A holds 1 and variable B holds 0. So suppose you are saying one variable is holding true and one variable is holding 0. So in case of and, ampersand, this is called and operator. And not a single ampersand is used. Double ampersand is used to represent the symbol of and operator in C as a logical operator, right? So if both the operands are true, then only the output will be true. Otherwise, for non-zero values, for non-zeros, or if any one of them is 0, then it is going to return false, right? So this is how it works actually, ampersand. And we are not using a single ampersand, we are going to use the double ampersand, because single ampersand is something else. Its meaning is something different from the logical operator, that is ampersand. So we are going to use, whenever we have to use and operator, basically it is going to have double ampersand. Then we have or operator. So these pipes, or you may say how to represent this is just above the backslash. This symbol on the keyboard you will find on the backslash, like backslash, just above it on the keyboard you will find the or operator. So or operator is any one, either value, like any one value, conditions 2, it if it is holding, if it is returning 1, then your answer would be 1 or true with using the while using the or operator. Not is negation of anything. Like if you are putting any this not operator, that means it is just reverse of your condition. If your condition is giving the true output and you are in front of this it is preceded by not operator, your condition result would be negated. So it is just the reverse of your output condition. Like suppose a let us see some examples how it is used and what is the truth table for the logical operators. Right now here is the P. values and here is the q values. Suppose your result p condition is giving you false part. A false part, how it is giving you false part, let me show you. 5 is less than 4. So obviously this is false condition. 5 is less than 4? No. So this condition will give you a false condition. It is going to return you false, and then that means 0. And again this is also 4 is less than 3. If both the condition are false and you are getting 0 0 in both the conditions, both the test expression, then using AND operator, specifically AND operator, 0 0 means your answer would be 0, right? Whereas when we have OR operator, both the conditions are false, both the conditions are giving the result as false. So 0 0 here also with OR operator also we will get the 0 part. But like we have got the true or false part, negate of 0 means not of 0 is 1. So for not part it is 1. So this is how it is calculated. Let us go for the next condition. If we have some test expression and that would be treated as 0, right? Again this is returning 0 and q condition is true, then any one is false. In AND case your result will be false, and using OR operator any one is true, that means your result would be true. So this is how it is calculated, right? And negate of 1 would be, negate of 0 would be 1. So this is how it is evaluated. Negate of 1 would be, negate of 0 would be 1, right? And negate of 1 would be 0. So this is how it is evaluated. Let us take another condition. If both the conditions are giving returning true, that is 1 and 1, then in both using AND operator and using OR operator, the condition would be true and it is going to return 1. Whereas negate of 1 would be 0, right? It is same as the like it is going to reverse that particular condition, right? Now next thing is, if you have the result that is 1, here you will get 1. The test expression of first stage condition would be true and the second condition is false. So I told you if any one of them is false, then your answer would be false using AND operator, especially using AND operator. And if one of the condition is true using OR operator, then your answer would be true, right? And negate of 1 would be 0, right? So this is how it is evaluated. This is how it is going to evaluate, right? Basically it works like negate operator is whenever you get the any of the result and it is you want to reverse that part, you want to check like this, so then we are going to use not operator in that case only, right? Both relational and logical operators are lower in precedence as compared to what? As compared to arithmetic operators, right? If we are using relational or comparison operator or logical operators, its precedence would be low. Like, let us see this part. uh, 10 is greater than, and then we have 10 is greater than 1 plus 12, right? So it is evaluated like this: 1 plus 12, first of all it is going to evaluate the result, that is 13, right? And then it is not comparing with 1, it is comparing with the 13, right? So the result would be false. So this is how we can say that, like, how relational operators, it just follows as your mathematical rules. Like first of all we have here we have precedence of operators, right? So logical and relational operators have lower precedence than arithmetic operators. Now let us see the symbols using relational operator and this thing, logical operators, right? So you have the precedence also, but before going into the detailed part, let us have a quick review on relational operators. And this just now we have covered about a logical operator. Now let us move to the next operator, that is ternary operator. Very very useful operator. Within a single statement you will get the result, right? Let us see and understand. So see, this is basically the syntax for this operator is, you put the test expression here, you put the condition here, right? You are putting the condition here, then question mark, right? Then this is the true part, and then colon, and this is the false part, right? So this is the syntax of ternary operator, or you may say conditional operator. Right. Let us understand one by one, because we will be using in this case the relational operator as well. Right. So C contains a powerful and convenient operator that replaces certain statements. I told you of if then else. If then else statement basically tell you if the condition is true, then true part will be executed. If the condition is false or else, the false part is executed. Right. So the journal syntax would be like this. The first part is when you have, this is the condition part, then you have question mark, then if the condition true, if the condition is true, then it is going to execute the expression 2, and then you put the colon part, right? And if the expression is false, then you are going to execute the expression 3. So this is how it is evaluated, right? So where expression 1, 2 and 3 are expressions, notice the use and the placement of the colon. So colon and question mark are the two things which we are going to use in a ternary operator, right? The question mark operator works like expression 1 is evaluated. If it is true, then expression 2 is evaluated and becomes the value of the expression. If expression 1 is false, then expression 3 is evaluated, right? And if its value becomes the value of the expression, let us take an example. If x is equal 10 is assigned to x, right? And if we are taking y is equal to 10, we are putting our condition 10 is greater than 9. 10 is greater than 9? Yes, 10 is greater than 9. So the true part is executed. That means y is going to be like 100 is going to be assigned for the variable y. So y is assigned the value 100, right? If x had been less than 9, then obviously 200 would be assigned to the variable y. Y would have received the value 200. The same code written using if else statement is like this. If we are using the if else statement, you have assigned 10 to a variable that is x, then you are if is a keyword, right? And then we are going to check if the condition is x is greater than 9. So 10 is greater than 9, yes, true. Then y will be holding y is equal to 100. Else, if y is less than 9, that means your else part will be executed. So basically in the next chapter, in the next session, I will be telling you, because we are using this relational conditional operators with the if else statements. It is basically replacing that part, right? And it is very very useful when we want to quick compile our if condition part, then which part will be executed. Now this thing is very very important when we are using relational and logical operators especially. So we should understand what is the precedence of them, because most of the time we are getting confused, this is evaluated first or that is evaluated first, right? So first of all, negate symbol has the highest priority among the relational and logical operators, and or sign, or that we have used that pipes, or symbol has the lowest precedence among the all the relational and logical operators, right? So not has the highest precedence, and or symbol has the lowest precedence among all the relational and logical operators, right? After that we have the relational or comparison operators after not symbol, right? You have greater than equal to, less than equal to. Then what is double equal to? I have a number of times I have explained this. The number of the double equal to is equality operator when you are comparing two values, right? Then you might be using the equality operator. After that, not equal to. So not with equal to sign. So with these operators it is going to happen after all the comparison operators. And then we have the and symbol. So and has more precedence than your or operator, right? And has more precedence, and operator has more precedence. So it works like this. First of all, the precedence is not among logical operators. Among logical operators, the and operator is having the highest precedence. Then we have ampersand sign or and then we have the lowest precedence is with or operator, right? So first we have not operator, then we have and operator, and then we have or operator. So this is how we have the precedence. Above that we have relational operators also, and in relational operators I have shown you how it is evaluated. Now let us take some examples using some questions. So if this would be given, there is one program and you are using, you have assigned a variable to number of values, right? You have assigned 1, you have assigned 2, at the same time you have assigned 3. So basically it moves from left to right. Right? So that means the first value that is assigned to the variable a is 1. So then it would be 1 will be printed, because what is the answer? What is the reason behind that? The precedence will be given from right to left, right? So the priority for the values assigned to any variable is given from left to right, right? Then we have the second question. Let us see what will be the output. The same question is there, but here we have the bracket part. Yes, here we have the bracket parenthesis. We have the parenthesis. How now this statement will be executed? 1 will be assigned or 3 would be assigned. So it is going to have like this. First of all, the bracket should be opened, and then right to left precedence will be followed. So the value that is going to be assigned to a variable a would be 3, right? So priority for the values inside a bracket assigned to any variable is from right to left, right? So right side may we have the 3 value, that means 3 is assigned to a variable that is a. Then we have increment and decrement operator, right? So here we have the value. Let us see. So here we need to understand one thing. There is pre-increment and post-increment, right? So first of all we will be talking about how it works. And basically it works like this. The first precedence is to uh, pre-increment or pre-decrement, then the assignment operator, and then we have the this post increment, right? So here we have a value that is uh, I is equal to 5. So here we take it as now 4, but now the value becomes 3 because minus minus of I. That means minus of 5, because unit increment it takes by default, it is decrementing or incrementing the value by 1. So 5 minus 1 would be your 4, right? But your current value of I would be 3. So it is not going to take 4, it is going to take 3 plus 3, right? Now after this you will have the value of I as 2, because after this again it is going to decrement, right? So you might be having in a variable you will be having 6, right? And again if it is decremented, like suppose in this question only, if I am going to put here minus minus I, so now your value will be 2 in this case. If I am going to put like this, after this statement, now again I have decremented the value. So now the I value after this evaluation of int equal to minus minus I plus minus minus I, it would be 3. But if again I am going to write the value of I minus minus I, the value would be 2. So this is how it basically first performs the operation pre-increment or pre-decrement, right? It first of all performs the computation, then it is assigned to the variable. So here we will be having 3 plus 3 6, so a will be holding the value 6. Now let us take another example. So here we have the value, that is I is given as 5. I told you whenever we are using the bracket, then this bracket will be evaluated, right? After this statement, after this statement, right? Now I plus plus, right? And then we have again 5. So it is going to print the value of I, it is not incrementing. Whereas in the pre incrementing or pre increment operator, or using pre-decrement operator, first it performs the operation, then it assigns the value. Here post increment mein, after this execution of this particular part, then only it is going to perform the increment part or decrement part. So this is the difference between pre, that's what I said, that's what I told you in this session. First priority is pre increment, then is assignment operator, and then we have the post increment. So the value would be 5 in this case, right? The value of I, right? Then we have is uh, another program that is containing I is assigned with a variable with a value 5, right? And you have performed directly, you are performing minus minus to any value, so it gives you an compilation error. You cannot assign, you cannot use this part as a directly on a value. You can perform it on a operator, right? You can perform it on a, yes, here you can perform it on a variable. You cannot perform it directly on a value, right? If you are if you are operating on a value, especially like 5, you are writing like this, 5 minus minus. No, this is totally incorrect, right? We have to perform it on an operand, that is I minus minus, or a minus minus, or b minus minus. Any operand can be used in place of this rather than a value, right? So hope you have understood the concept of logical operator as well as ternary operator, and the most important, that is increment and decrement operator, right? So hope you like the session. I will be coming with more questions and in the next session, right? Thank you.